I'm standing outside Hanwha Tower in Seoul's Gangnam District, and what I'm about to tell you will absolutely amaze you. 3 days ago, Min-jun Park, the 34-year-old billionaire CEO of TechNova Industries, worth over $8 billion, walked into his own office and found something incredible. His secretary of 7 years, Ji-won Kim, was holding a USB drive containing files that would change the entire Korean business world forever. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. Min-jun didn't look surprised. He didn't call security. Instead, he did something that left Ji-won completely speechless. He sat down, looked her straight in the eyes, and said 4 words. "I've been waiting for you." What was on that USB drive? Why had the most successful tech CEO in Asia been waiting to be discovered? And what happened in the next 72 hours that inspired Ji-won to make a decision that would help thousands of people across Korea? Stay with me, because this story is absolutely incredible. Let me take you back 6 months. Min-jun Park wasn't always a billionaire. Born in Busan to a single mother who worked as a teacher and ran a small bakery, he built TechNova Industries from his college dorm room at KAIST. His mother always taught him one thing: success means nothing unless you help others rise with you. By 28, he'd revolutionized AI-driven logistics software that helped small businesses compete with big corporations. By 32, he was on the cover of Forbes Asia. By 34, he was one of the most admired CEOs in Korea. His secretary, Ji-won Kim, had watched it all happen. She was there for every board meeting, every charity event, every late night working on new innovations. A 29-year-old graduate from Yonsei University with a perfect record, Ji-won was the model of dedication. Min-jun trusted her with everything: his schedule, his meetings with executives like Sung-ho Choi and Hye-jin Lee, and his secret charitable projects. But Ji-won was about to discover that Min-jun had an even bigger secret, one that would inspire her in ways she never imagined. It started with a simple mistake. On a sunny Tuesday afternoon in Seoul, Ji-won was organizing Min-jun's files for an upcoming partnership with Samjin Foundation. Their director, Tae-young Kang, was flying in from New York, and everything had to be perfect. That's when she found it. A folder labeled Project Phoenix, buried in encrypted files. Being his secretary, Ji-won had access to almost everything, but this folder had extra security she'd never seen before. Curiosity got the better of her. Using her credentials, she managed to open it. What she found made her eyes widen in amazement. Bank transfers, millions of dollars moving to accounts across Korea. Secret meetings with government officials, including Education Minister Dong-woo Jang. Detailed plans involving their biggest business partners. Hundreds of files about struggling startups and small businesses across Korea. But it wasn't what she expected at all. Every single transaction was a charitable donation. Scholarships for underprivileged students. Secret funding for small businesses about to close down. Anonymous grants to schools and hospitals. Min-jun Park, the billionaire CEO, had been running the largest secret charity operation in Korean history. Ji-won's hands shook as she copied everything to a USB drive. She had questions. Why was this a secret? Why hide such amazing work? But then she found the last file, the one that explained everything. The file was labeled Project Phoenix Final Phase. Inside was a detailed plan, written by Min-jun himself, dated exactly 1 year ago. He'd planned all of this. According to the document, Min-jun had deliberately created a trail of files, designed specifically to be found by someone with secretary-level access, someone like Ji-won. The file contained predictions of exactly how she would react, what she would discover, even timestamps of when she'd likely find it. And at the bottom, a note. To whoever finds this, I need your help to reveal this. But first, you need to understand the full story. Meet me in conference room 7 at 6 p.m. today. Bring tea, we have a lot to discuss. Min-jun Park. Ji-won felt her heart racing. This was incredible. But why would a billionaire hide his charitable work? Why the secrecy? Excited and curious, Ji-won went to that meeting. Min-jun was waiting, not in his usual designer suit, but in casual clothes. He looked relaxed, human. You're probably wondering why I've been hiding all of this, he said with a gentle smile. Ji-won held the USB drive carefully. You've helped so many people. Why keep it secret? Min-jun smiled warmly. Let me tell you a story about a boy from Busan who watched his mother work incredibly hard to give him opportunities. A boy who built a company with one goal, to make enough money to help people the way others had helped his family. But why hide it? Ji-won asked. Because of people like Tae-young Kang, Min-jun explained. Let me show you something. Min-jun pulled up more files. Every time a wealthy person publicly announces their charity work, something happens. Other wealthy individuals, people who don't actually care about helping, start imitating them but only for publicity. They donate small amounts and demand huge recognition. It creates a system where charity becomes about ego, not impact. He continued, So I work differently. I secretly acquired struggling startups, made it look like business deals, then funded the founders to start new, better ventures. The young entrepreneurs like Young-soo Kim and Mi-sun Park, I bought their failing companies, then secretly became their mentors and investors in their next projects. Ji-won pulled out her laptop. She started searching. Young-soo Kim, founder of DataStream, now CTO of Samsung. Mi-sun Park, creator of HealthLink, now running a state-of-the-art community health center in Daegu. One by one, every person Min-jun had acquired from was thriving beyond their dreams. You didn't take from them, Ji-won whispered. You invested in their potential. Exactly. And the secret meetings with Education Minister Dong-woo Jang? We've been designing a nationwide scholarship program for students from low-income families. It launches next month. But why reveal it now? Ji-won asked. Min-jun revealed his master plan. He'd built this secret operation for 6 years, helping over 10,000 people across Korea. But tomorrow, business mogul Tae-young Kang was announcing a new charity initiative that was actually designed to give his company tax breaks while helping very few people. It would set a terrible example for Korean businesses. I need to go public with Project Phoenix, Min-jun explained. Not to brag, but to show what real corporate responsibility looks like. To inspire other CEOs to actually help people, not just pretend to for publicity. But if you announce it yourself, people might think you're just seeking attention, Ji-won realized. Exactly, that's why I need you. What if a dedicated secretary discovered her boss's secret charity work and brought it to light? What if you went to the Korean Business Ethics Council and showed them what one company has been quietly achieving? That's credible. That inspires others. That's you, Ji-won. Min-jun continued. Tomorrow I'm meeting with Tae-young Kang and other CEOs to discuss business practices. If you present Project Phoenix to the Ethics Council tonight, by tomorrow's meeting, the story will break. Other CEOs will see what's possible. They'll be inspired to actually help, not just pose for cameras. Ji-won looked at the USB drive, then at Min-jun. Why me? Why not go public yourself? Because you're the one who believed in doing things the right way since day one. You're the one who suggested we use eco-friendly packaging even when it cost more. You're the one who organized our employee wellness program. You've always cared about people. That's why I hired you 7 years ago. I was waiting for you to be ready for this moment. The choice was clear now. Help Min-jun reveal his incredible work and inspire an entire industry, or let the moment pass. Ji-won stood up. She walked to the door. Then she stopped. One question, she said. What happens to you after this? Min-jun smiled. I go back to work. But this time with everyone knowing what we're really about. TechNova becomes a model for other companies. And maybe, just maybe, we change how business is done in Korea. Ji-won smiled back. Let's change the world then. That was 3 days ago. This morning, Ji-won Kim walked into the Korean Business Ethics Council and presented Project Phoenix. By noon, the story had gone viral across Korean media. By evening, Min-jun Park was being called the silent guardian of Korean business. But here's the best part. 17 other CEOs, inspired by Min-jun's example, announced their own legitimate charitable initiatives. Tae-young Kang, embarrassed, actually turned his publicity stunt into a real program. Education Minister Dong-woo Jang revealed the scholarship program that will help 50,000 students over the next 5 years. And Ji-won, Min-jun promoted her to Director of Community Impact, where she now leads TechNova's public charitable operations. The boy from Busan, who learned from his mother that success means lifting others up, had created a ripple effect of kindness across an entire nation. Sometimes the greatest heroes are the ones who help others become heroes too. And sometimes trust and dedication can change an entire country. This story is inspired by real charitable initiatives in the Korean tech industry. If you want to hear more inspiring stories about business leaders making a difference, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Next week, the story of the Seoul coffee shop owner who changed education forever.